everyone, welcome to Kempner Sports and welcome to all NFL fans, especially Green Bay Packers fans. This is the playoff edition and normally I do recaps, but today I'm doing a video on 5 reasons why the Packers are going to and are not going to win the Super Bowl this season. I know that it sounds crazy for a Packers fan to say these things because lots of Packers fans and lots of fan bases are biased. They always say their team's going to win. I'm a realist. I think we have a legitimate shot this year of making the Super Bowl, winning the playoffs, but there's some things that make it so I'm a little nervous. Now, let me just, in my honesty, just again share something else. Your team in the playoffs makes it so much more fun watching the playoffs than sitting home watching some awful team play for the championship. I want my boys to be in the Super Bowl. And here's the thing. So now I know how the Patriots are feeling. You know, you're normally in this bye-week game, and obviously it'd be fun. But what happens in here is you start to think about what could go wrong in the game. You overthink the matchup. And so I have been doing this for the last week, especially and last 2 weeks. What could happen? And this is why this video came to be. So let me do with the 5 things. Let's start with the negativity, okay? 5 reasons why the Packers will not win the Super Bowl this year. Number 5, and it might shock you all, but his name is Aaron Rodgers. Now, I'm a huge Aaron Rodgers fan. I have his jerseys. I'm a big supporter. In fact, I'm so glad that Favre retired so that Rodgers could come forward. The greatest draft pick we ever had was Aaron Rodgers. That was the greatest steal in our franchise's history. Not only in our franchise's history, in the NFL, it's one of the greatest steals. Probably Tom Brady would be higher. But anyways, here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers, as much as I love and appreciate what he's done for our team, he has been inconsistent this year. And the Detroit game just worries me that he has another game like that. Now, most of us would say he's not going to have another game like that. But what if he does? And if he does, I'm telling you, we're losing. We are not going to make the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl if Aaron Rodgers has a Detroit game. He needs to play better, and he knows that. Now, just a side note, he demands greatness from himself, and he wants to be great. He just doesn't want to be average. So I'm still believing in him, but if he does not play up to his potential, then we will not win the Super Bowl. The number 4 reason that I believe the Packers might not win the Super Bowl is because of the Seattle Seahawks. That's the first team we play. And I think that we're going to win this game. But in all honesty, Russell Wilson is having an MVP-like season. I think Lamar Jackson wins that. But he has had an MVP-like season. And he could find a way for us to lose this game because he can find a way to win. That's something that scares me. The rest of the team does not overly scare me, but Russell Wilson can work some beautiful faith into his game, and man, he can do wonderful things. Number 3 is if we beat Seattle, or should I say when we beat Seattle, we might play the San Francisco 49ers, and if we play the 49ers, we've already got destroyed by them this year, which was shocking to me. I am so sick of getting destroyed by the 49ers over the years. It's Kaepernick, when he ran against us, that was so disheartening. Just saying. So all you 49ers fans who've been enjoying those moments, I've been hating those moments. And I am very nervous to play the 49ers. I am really hoping that we play the Minnesota Vikings next week in the NFC Championship game. But if we play the 49ers, I'm worried that we won't make the Super Bowl. Plus, it's in San Francisco as well. So those things worry me. Number 2 is obviously Captain Obvious moment here. Turnovers. If we lose the turnover battle in any of those games, we have a good shot of losing any of these games coming up in the playoffs. And so that's just an obvious one, but it's a very valid one. And the number 1 reason why we might not win the Super Bowl is because really maybe we're not that good. And what I mean by that is we've had an easy schedule. Go back and look at our schedule. Look who we've beaten. Now, granted, we are 6-0 against our division, and I'm very happy and proud of that accomplishment that they have done. 6-0. Are you kidding me? 13-3. But if you start looking at the teams we won, how many teams did we win and we beat that were in the playoffs? Not very many, and 2 of those teams were Minnesota. So we did beat Kansas City, and we did beat Minnesota twice, and who else did we beat? I think we beat 5 teams that were in there, but it wasn't like convincing wins. But we did find ways to win. So that is my top 5 reasons why Green Bay won't win the Super Bowl. Now let me tell you about 5 ways how we are going to win the Super Bowl. Listen, this is an exciting year, 13-3 bye week in Lambeau Field, right? So here we go. Number 5, and one of the most important ones obviously, is that we find ways to win. I'm telling you, we've faced adversity, we've faced challenges, we've been in bad situations, and we found ways to win. Even with difficult teams, with good teams, we've found ways to win. We've only been blown out once, twice this season, but we found ways to win. 13-3 is nothing to shake your head at. That was an incredible accomplishment. Number 4 is Lambeau Field. We play Seattle at Lambeau. Listen, that is a difference maker. If we were playing at Quest Field, or CenturyLink Field, I should say, Seattle, I'd be worried. That crowd is nuts, but we're at home. We're shoveling the snow. We're getting into it. Listen, we are on our way to win on Sunday. We got this game in hand because we are playing at Lambeau. Now, Seattle can win the road, but they're not very good on the road, and especially at Lambeau, they're not very good. In fact, I believe Russell Wilson's 0-3, so those are definitely in our favor. So number 4 is Lambeau Field home advantage, and if San Francisco loses today to the 49ers, San Francisco loses today to the Vikings, we play again a home game at Lambeau Field, and then we'll go to the Super Bowl. So that's another reason why I think that we can make the Super Bowl, and once we get there, I think we're going to win it. Number 3 is our run game. We have a run game. Listen, oh my goodness, Aaron Jones has been unbelievable. I have loved watching him and Jamal Williams. We have such an incredible run game. Listen, when Eddie Lacy was having a good year, I was so stoked because we had a run game. But we didn't have a run game. He has had a good season. He had some good moments, and I loved watching him, but they cut him. They're like, see you later. He wasn't good enough. Aaron Jones is the real deal. 19 touchdowns. I'm telling you, 19? Like, Ahman Green numbers here, guys. Oh my goodness, we haven't had a run game like this since Ahman Green. And, man, I am so stoked about our run game. That is it changes the way that defenses have to play us. It's not just stopping the pass like they used to do in the long run. Number 2 reason why is Aaron, the man, the bad man Rodgers. He is going to make the difference. Am I worried about him? Absolutely, in a small way if he has a bad game, but he usually doesn't have bad games. One of the things that Aaron said in his career, he's had so much success and great stats, but he doesn't care about stats at this stage in his career. He cares about championships. And at the end of the day, with Aaron Jones getting 19 touchdowns, it's just taken away those touchdowns from Rodgers. We ran the ball and were effective in the what they call the gold zone, not just the red zone, the gold zone, and we were scoring from there. So Aaron could have had a better statistic season, but he didn't. He's saying we are balanced, more balanced now, and I appreciated that about Rodgers and how he gave credit to our run game, and as well how he believes that, of course he could add better numbers, but it doesn't matter. Aaron Rodgers is going to be the difference maker, and that's what everyone's talking about. He is the man. This G right here not only stands for Green Bay on the side of the helmet, it stands for greatness, and that's what Aaron Rodgers is. The legend of Aaron Rodgers continues, and that's why we're going to win the Super Bowl. Number 1 reason why we're going to win the Super Bowl is all those things, plus we have a defense. Oh, do we ever have a defense? One of my favorite times of watching our team was when Clay Matthews was in his prime. He was unstoppable. And so here we are, post Clay Matthews, and we pick up Za'Darius Smith and Preston Smith. Are you kidding me? We have good corners. King and Alexander are unbelievable. I believe that we're going to get that pass rush in. Za'Darius is going to go nuts. And I believe just because of his pressure alone, he's going to make some plays. And then he's also going to put pressure, and Preston Smith's going to get in there. I love Kenny Clark. I love the tackling machine of Blake Martinez. I used to like A.J. Hawk. Listen, A.J. Hawk, you were good, but you are no Blake Martinez. Oh my goodness, this team is geared up to win the Super Bowl because we're balanced. We got a defense. We got a run game. We got this guy named Aaron Rodgers who's MVP how many times? And now, not only do we have Devontae Adams, one of the best wide receivers in the entire game, Lassard has picked up. Allison is a threat. I believe that we're even going to see a Jimmy Graham sighting this playoffs. I'm so excited. And this is why I predicted that at the beginning of the season that the Green Bay Packers are going to win the Super Bowl. I rarely do that. I rarely pick my team to win because I'm a realist. But listen, I'm really telling you today that Green Bay is going to win the Super Bowl. Of course, I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Go Pack, go!